All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. 1 second, we have an echo. Can everybody hear me okay? Drop me one in the chat if you can hear me okay.
I can hear you, Ryan.
All right, perfect. Thank you. All right, good people. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you are in this beautiful world. Welcome to our Inner Circle Live pre-New York session. I'm your host, Ryan Carthage, joined by my awesome partner, Mr. Benny Allen. Hope everybody is doing well today. Got some things to take a look at. Some things moved overnight. And then we got to prepare for that CPI data coming in today. So as always, let's turn off all distractions, grab a pen and paper for notes, and let's make sure that we participate and engage. All right. So let's get to it. Benny, good morning, bro.
Good morning, Ryan. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. How about yourself?
Doing great. Glad to be here. It's Thursday.
It's Thursday. Yes, sir. The
Yeah,
week is moving
inflation day.
fast. Things are moving fast, bro. Appreciate you. Top article, European shares rise for second day. Major bureaus in Europe extend gains. Whoops, let me change this over so you guys can see what I'm talking about instead of just listening to me. Boom. There we go. All right. Major bureaus in Europe gained on Thursday, with the DAX adding about 0.9% and the stock 600 rising 0.6% as investors digest fresh corporate results while awaiting U.S. CPI data later today. Meanwhile, U.S. stock futures pointed to gains at the open. So we shall see how things transpire after that CPI data is released. All right. Annual inflation rate in U.S. likely accelerated to 3.3% in July from 3% in June, marking a halt in 12 consecutive months of decline due to base effects. A year earlier, inflation started to decelerate from its peak of 9.1 in June of 2022, which was the highest in over 40 years. As a result, many of the significant price surges experienced in 2022, particularly in energy sector, have already been rolled off. Compared to previous months, the CPI is anticipated to rise 0.2%, mirroring the increase seen in June. Meanwhile, core inflation, which excludes food and energy, is seen steady at 4.8, and the monthly rate is also expected to remain at 0.2%, the smallest back-to-back gains in 2.5 years. So we shall see what happens, right? We'll see if things have accelerated after that pause, or if things start to pick up, right? So this will be interesting to see and see how the market responds to it. Yeah, it'll be an interesting day today. So oil hovers 9. WTI crude futures held at $84 per barrel on Thursday, hovering close to 9-month highs reached in the previous session, as commodity markets continue to fret about production cuts from key OPEC Plus members, Saudi Arabia and Russia. Saudi Arabia reaffirmed on Tuesday its commitment to rein in production and balance market pressures after announcing last week that it would extend its 1 million barrel per day production cut into September and possibly beyond. Right, so they're cutting that production by 1 million barrels a day. Russia also said last week that it will reduce its oil exports by 300,000 barrels per day next month. Meanwhile, EIA data showed that U.S. crude inventories rose by 5.8 million barrels last week, well above the market expectation of 0.6, so 560,000 barrels. Investors also continue to assess the demand outlook in China after weak trade data and deflation fears in the world's top crude importer grappled the market. So got that part happening there also in China. Got to see how things continue to move forward, right? So we shall see. All right. Give me one more second here. All right. So that is that. Let's see. Those are the main articles there. Over to the calendar. And as we said, right, waiting on the CPI data this morning at 8:30. See what transpires last night. Didn't have a ton happening. Today. We also have a bank holiday in Japan. And FOMC member Harker is speaking at 4:15. Tomorrow we got GDP data for the that's month over month, and then quarter over quarter preliminary data also for the pound at 2 a.m. Then in the later morning we got core PPI data and PPI data 8:30, and then preliminary U of M consumer sentiment for the United States as well. So got some more data coming in tomorrow that could also give us some additional insight into what is happening in the market. So that's where we stand. Benny, anything catch your eye this morning, bro, or yesterday?
Just looking at that that preliminary report on the CPI, looking at the core, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we just look at July's prices compared to June's, based on this report, there was only a small 0.2% increase, pretty much the same month as before. So I think if the data comes through like it is in this report from Trading Economics, I think it increases the likelihood that the Fed is going to pause rates and
Yeah.
in September. So that's what I think on that. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see how it comes through. But I think right now, if this preliminary report is correct, I think they're probably going to pause rates in September. At least it increases the likelihood that they will.
Yeah, for sure. I'm
Yep.
with you on that, and I'm in agreement with that. So we shall see.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because of that core, right? So that core, it stayed about the same. I think it was 4.8%.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the overall. So yeah, that's 0.2%. So that's the smallest it's been in in over 2 years.
Right.
So smallest
Right.
increase. So yeah, I think they may pause.
Cool deal. We also got unemployment claims also coming in today as well at 8:30. So let's hop over to the market, see what the dollar's doing. I want to take a look at these yen crosses, and we'll take a look at some of the dollar pairs as well. But those yens really started moving. So here we are on the DXY. And we pushed back up to this daily resistance level, and we started coming back down. Right, started coming back down. So coming into basically we're in a range right now. Basically in a range. We got a support level here that we're approaching. Right, the smaller range, and then we have this larger range here. Right, so we'll see what direction that data pushes us. we'll see what direction the data pushes us. There's a support level there on the daily time frame. So that's the range that we're bouncing in right now at this AB boundary, that the overall crown still intact as well. So we'll see if we're ready to get bullish still, or if we make another retracement, come back down, break the support level, come back down to the 12,715 level, or not, right? So that's what we shall see later on today. Okay, so with those dollar pairs, we'll take a look at some of them, but they're also, some are trying to push to the upside, but also caught in a range as well. So that's the DXY. Any questions on the DXY? Nope.
No, sir.
Cool deal. Take a look at the Aussie dollar. Well, actually, take a look at this dollar yen first, since we're here. We talked yesterday about this pushing to the upside, and it's doing so. Started to accelerate early in the morning, and we're getting a bit of a pullback now. But we're making our way to the upside nonetheless, right? We got a 618 retracement. This is on the 1 hour, just doing a quick look here on this one. But matching the extension is here at 145.308. And we're slowly marching there. Okay. So looking for this to continue to the upside, like so. Okay. So that is the 1 hour on the UJ. Here is the 4. Right. And that D extension also coming in line with that 1 hour extension there, just above. Right. So all signs are pointing to the upside. However, here on the 4, we do have this 80-20 scenario. All right. So watching to see what happens here on the 4 hour, if we get this push back down to the downside to give us that deeper retracement or not. Okay. We could, as we know with these yens, continue pushing to the upside and not get that retracement yet. So we'll watch that closely to see how things move after that CPI data. Okay. That is the dollar yen, the Aussie dollar. Right. And here's that range here that we're trapped in, right? Top, push down, not able to fully support level here. Okay. Push down below it, but weren't able to close below it. And now we're pushing back to the upside. Okay. So we're just bouncing back and forth right now. Actually, no, that's not. We'll leave that there. Believe that is that support level there, right? But that's where we're bouncing in between on the daily time frame, coming down to the 4. On that push down, we did get to a D extension. Okay, we did get to a D extension yesterday morning, and then we started making our way back to the upside. Okay, so here's the top of that range there, a smaller range, and there's your support level, 4 hour levels there. So we'll watch to see where price moves, and then on you want to see that a little bit more closely there. Okay, so bouncing back and forth right now. We'll see what the dollar has in store. Any questions on the Aussie dollar? No. All right.
Nope.
All right. The Aussie yen. Right. Daily time frame. That fib is still intact. We push down to this support level here, right? We've been trapped in this range here, right? So in this shorter time frame, we pushed down, came to the support level at 92.8, 92.984. Again, wicked below it, but wasn't able to close below it. Tested it again, and now we're pushing long. Okay, so we'll see what happens. We come back to 95.862, but upside nonetheless right now. Coming down to the 4, here we are, not able to break out of the zone to the downside, right? That's that look there, and then there's your push. Okay, just shy of that 618. No, I'm sorry, not that. we got that deep retracement here, 786, push down, not able to break out to the downside to get to the D extension. So one thing to look at here, potentially, see how this moves. But head and shoulders pattern here. A little bit off. Right. So we'll see how that moves. Right. We'll see if we get that continuation to the upside, take out the A and continue long. Right. Got some work to do to get there, but that's something to keep your eyes on over the long term with this Aussie yen. Okay. Still nothing changing out of Japan. Okay. And the data that came out recently supports them staying where they are. So here on the one is where we had our 80-20 scenario, shallow retracement, push into the 118, 127 zone. We got sideways, right? Let me take my lines out so we can see this, right? But in that sideways consolidation, cloud break, and we got a trend line break here. Pulled back, retest the cloud and the trend line, and then we started making our way to the upside, right? So there was that confirmation that we were looking for in this move for that push long. Okay, so we didn't get it. Been in since August 2nd. Great work, Joy. Joy been on it, man. Sitting through the sideways push. Sitting through the sideways push. So we're moving. We're moving, right? So we'll watch this as this gets higher in the zone. We're approaching our 618 retracement level now, right? Previous consolidation zone here. But we'll see if this higher time frame head and shoulders pattern plays out and we get that continuation to the upside, right? So still got some work to do, but we'll see what happens as we move through the day. Okay. Questions on the Aussie yen? And what we'll see overall is these yens they're starting to move. They slowed down for a bit, but they're starting to make a push. Okay. So all right, cool deal. So that's the Aussie yen. Over to the CAD yen. Another one we've been looking at to the upside. Been taking its time, but on the daily time frame, 618 retracement. We got a double bottom, and then we got our push. Got a nice strong retracement again here, but we're trying to make our way back to the upside. Coming to the 4. This is where we are off the 80-20. Also 618 retracement. You see the double bottom and then the push. So got some work to do again to break above these lower time frame resistance levels, but we're trying to get there, right? We're trying to get there. So we're moving to the upside there. Coming to the 1, we have a pretty clean setup on the 1 on that retracement, right? Pull back into your 618 retracement zone, double bottom, push. Okay, so we'll continue to track this one as it moves forward. But again, yen's moving to the upside. Okay. There we go. All right, so this is your sub fib, just barely with that 382 there. And now we're pushing. Okay, so we'll watch this daily level at 108, 114. Excuse me, and see how what reaction we get there, but we're moving. Okay, we're moving. Questions on the CAD yen?
Nope. Nope.
All right, cool deal. All right. I've again taken my eyes off of, but this monthly D extension. I think we're gonna get here before we get an actual strong reaction to anything. We continue to make all-time highs on this pair, and it just continues to run. Just continues to run. Benny and I talk all the time. We look at some of these pairs and we ask, why didn't we just sit in this thing long, right? We got 618, just shy of a 618 retracement here, and it hasn't turned back since. It hasn't on the higher time frame. It hasn't given us a true reason to do anything but buy, and neither has the Bank of Japan, right? So it's moving to the upside, and I don't see it stopping anytime soon. So 176, 361 is where I'm tracking this one to go. We come back down to the 4. We had this 80-20 scenario, right? We got this strong push down to retest this B boundary, right? Temporarily broke the cloud, and then we took off back to the upside. And you see now we broke that daily level. We hit that 4-hour D extension, right? 20 obviously did not play out, but we're headed to the upside. So we'll look for swing high to form at some point, right? And we'll look for a low price to get long here. Yeah, for sure. For sure. So that's what I'm looking for here. A retest of this daily level that we just broke through, and then a continuation long. So looking for a low price to buy. Right. So that's what I'm looking for there. That D extension on the 4 just got hit. Coming down to the 1. Take the cloud off. Yeah, you see, right? We broke the cloud here on the 1 hour. B boundary pushed down 382. We got there, and then we broke back above the cloud, and we're gone. Right. So we might get a retracement here in the short term before we continue, which would be just fine with me. Right. Look for the break and retest, test that cloud, and then look to the upside there. Right. So that's where that one's headed. We'll be patient and allow it to do, right. That's a long way. It's a long way. So we'll have some AB boundaries and some retracements in there, but we'll be patient and allow it to give us a good price to then get short. So that is, take this out. That's the Swiss yen. Just running away. Just running away. Questions on this one? No.
No.
All right. Cool deal. Euro dollar. Long, right? Been going back and forth on this one, but 618 retracement. We came back down to test this daily support level, right? This range stalled for a bit, and now we're pushing back to the upside. But just like the DXY, just like that Aussie dollar, right? Here's that top of the range that we're playing in right now, right? So we want to see a breakout. Want to see a breakout. If we get a break above this level, right, and a retest, we'll look for that to continue long. Okay, so we'll watch closely to see what happens in about an hour and a half, right? But that's the look on the daily. Okay, that's the look there. We'll drop this down a lower time frame so we can track it there too. Coming down to the 4, there's that zone. All right, we got a 382 on the 4 hour. Daily support, top of the range. Okay, so we need a breakout in one direction or the other. Okay, so that's where we are there. Coming down to U1, here's where we had the entry opportunity off of a 618 retracement. So I'd love for the breakout of this range to be topside, right? I got my entries there. Boom, we're pushing long. So let's see what happens once we get here. Okay. Selfishly, I'd love to see a pullback, retest this previous consolidation zone, and then continue long. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right. So moving to the upside right now, but got some work to do in order for that to continue long. Okay. So, oh man. So that's the Aussie dollar. That's what we're looking at there. We'll see where we go from there. Questions on the Aussie dollar? I know, Reese. Reese said, "Be careful." Yeah, man. Reese is short. Reese is short on the or long on the dollar. So short on this pair. Reese is looking for this to continue to the downside. So we shall see, man. We shall see. This has been an interesting debate all week on where the dollar is going to go. So that CPI data is going to be interesting for us, right? And see where it pushes the market. Okay. See where it pushes the market. So, yeah, that's where we are. No questions there. We'll continue rocking. All right. Euro yen. So I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for this one to get to this level. Monthly time frame, we finally hit our D extension. We finally hit this level, right? Let's see what happens from here. Okay. Marshall agrees with recent short term for sure. Stopping profit on EU. All right. Good deal. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. It will. The data will tell us, right? The data will tell us. On this euro yen, we finally hit this monthly extension, right? And we're still pushing to the upside. Okay. So we could drive straight through it, which would be okay too. Coming down to the weekly, right? We got a 118 in this previous area where we brought a consolidation. All right. So coming back to retest the zone here. And if we continue driving long without pullback, we got a 118, 127 zone on the weekly time frame. So we'll see if we slow down at all, or just like the other yen crosses, right? We could continue driving here. So this is a strong bullish push. So I wouldn't be surprised if we push into this zone. Okay. That wouldn't surprise me. Would I like to see that turn around right now? Yeah, it would. Right. But we've achieved it. Now I can take my eyes off of it and we can look to the next step. Right. So weekly, we got a potential for 80-20 there. Okay. Coming down to the daily extension as well. Been waiting and waiting and waiting for that to occur. Finally happened. So now, right, wait for a swing high and a new AB boundary to form. Okay. Swing high and a new AB boundary to form, whatever that does. Could potentially be in that zone too, right? That could align with that weekly 80-20 as well if we get a turnaround somewhere in this range here. Okay. So we'll watch to see what happens there. But now we wait for that new AB boundary. Okay. Coming to the 4. That fib to pop in. Boom. That's the 80-20 that I have on the 4 hour. Now, if we continue driving to the upside, which from a higher time frame perspective, we could, right? Maybe we get to this D extension on the 4 and put us in that 118, 127 zone on the weekly, right? So we'll watch this to see what happens here, right? And we'll wait patiently for it. We'll wait patiently for it. Lighten that up some. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to take the cloud off of this and we'll just watch it clean as it moves. Okay. So those 2 levels are achieved. Now we wait. All right. Now we wait. Do we get a push, pull back to retest that level, right? That resistance level, believe we got a resistance on the daily too. Yeah. So we'll change this to that level there. Bring that down. Boom. Right. So breaking that daily resistance level. Okay. Do we get a break, a retest, continuation? Right. And that puts us kind of in the same space as that Swiss yen, right? Just continuing to drive to the upside. Okay. So let's watch and see how far it goes. Right. I won't be mad if it hits the D extension. I'll continue to watch it. I'm not in this, right? We've been waiting to see what happens. So we'll continue to wait to see what happens to give us our confirmation of this to turn over, right? But the other thing I have in the back of my mind is how much does it push, right? And the dollar yen is taking its time, so they're not impulsive moves, but how high does the Bank of Japan allow it to get before they perk up and say something, right? So that's in the back of my mind. So I'll continue to look at Japan Today and Japan Times to see if there are any notes out there about them getting concerned about the price. Okay, so I'll watch that in the background, but pushing long nonetheless there. Okay, coming into the 1 hour, 618 retracement there. We got a 50% retracement, and then we're pushing. Okay, there we go. And take that level out also. Bingo. Right, so headed to the D extension. We'll see. We'll continue to drive there. Okay, got to go to get to those higher levels on those higher time frames. Right, but we're pushing long as anticipated. Right, as anticipated. So that's the euro yen. They're finally pushing to some of these levels, all right, which we wanted to see. So we'll continue to monitor and see how things transpire there. Questions on this euro yen?
Nope.
All right. All right. Pound dollar pushing to the upside. Here, just shy of that 382, right? And these are our fibs running to the upside. We have a larger fib here, right? And we're bouncing around in this zone. Okay, got tons of daily resistance level that we'd have to break through to get to that sub fib D extension, right? But we're in this zone. So we'll watch to see, but again, just like the others, right? This is our tightly wound range that we're just bouncing back and forth in. Okay, so we'll watch and wait. Watch and wait. Okay. Right there. All right. Coming down to the 4. Boom. Okay. 80-20 scenario, 236. We're bouncing. Okay. So we'll watch it and see where we go. Pushing long right now, but only time will tell. And on a 1 hour, push down into the sweet spot on the 1, similar to that euro dollar, right? Ranging, pushing sideways. We got a bullish cloud ahead. We're pushing above the cloud here, but let's see if we're able to break this trend line and break out of the range to the upside. All right, that's the next piece. We got the cloud in our favor, but now we want to see this next piece, additional confirmation of a breakout above, and then we'll get a retest and a continuation potentially. Like so, right? The price was in our sweet spot, gave us a consolidation. Now let's see if we can get the fundamental catalyst to push us in a direction. Okay. So that's what I'm waiting for there on this pound dollar, is that move to the upside. Okay. Questions here? Reese, you short this one too, eh? I don't know if you're trading it, but yep. Cool. Let's see. I'm gonna run a sub fib to the downside just to see if there's any confluence here. There we go. That's a sub fib to the downside. 80-20 scenario there. We'll see. We shall see. All right. So that's the pound dollar. Any questions? No questions. Okay. Cool. Pound yen. This is another one that I've just been sitting and waiting to see price start to move to the upside. And we're slowly getting there. Got some work to do to break this B boundary and this daily resistance level, but I want to see price push here. Right. So we're getting back long. Finally broke out of this range. Now we got to break the B boundary to really get pushing to the upside. So now we got some pound news in the early morning. So we'll see if we're able to get that catalyst to really get us going to the upside there. All right. But we're pushing long right now nonetheless, coming down to the 4. Boom, 382. Side that 4-hour D extension is above this monthly level. Be interesting to see if we get there, but this is a strong level here at 188.815. So, but we're driving to the upside there. Okay, so looking for that to continue. Maybe we get a pullback to retest this consolidation, but looking for price to continue to the upside there. Coming to the to the 1, sorry. We didn't get the deep push, just shy of a 382, but we finally hit that 1-hour D extension, right? So here we might have an opportunity. We might have an opportunity for a pullback of some sort and a potential entry long, right? If price comes back down into our sweet spot. Once we get a swing high to form, right, we'll look for a pullback of some sort and see if it comes down into our sweet spot to be able to get long, right? So that's what I'd be looking for. And this one is a potential long play to get us to the upside there on the higher time frames. Okay. So that's where we are on the pound yen. Questions here? Nope. Cool.
Nope, we're good.
Hop over to New Zealand dollar, New Zealand yen. All right, I'll clean this up a bit, take a look at it. See that push down took that A out, right? So pull this out. Let's go back to the daily. Take that out also. So here, right, been super tight for a while. Boom. Okay. Since the beginning. Okay. So we're pushing back to the upside. We'll see if we're able to break out of this consolidation that we're in. We'll mark this daily level here. Boom. Right. So we'll get back to the top side and then see what happens from there. Right. If the commodities start to pick up a little bit of strength, right, we could see this drive forward and make it to the matching D extension, which is here. Did it get there? 84, 984. Yeah. 935. Yep. So matching the extension is here at the 118 level, which is right the top of that range, the extreme top of the range there, right? 89, 698. So we could get there, right? So we'll see if price continues to drive to the upside here, and if the commodities start to pick up a little bit. Okay, so looking for this to continue moving to the upside, coming down to the 4. We took out the A on the 4, run the fib down, and this is the look here. right? To that Aussie yen, right? Push down, up, come back down. Let's see if this fits the bill. Just shy of it, but the algorithm gives it to us. Okay. So I didn't see this before, but we're pressing to the upside. So let's see if this actually plays out. All right. Harmonic patterns within consolidation. Right. So pushing long, struggling at this resistance level here. All right. Let's see if we can break it and then continue pushing long. Okay. So that's on the 4 potential head and shoulders pattern there, coming down to the 1. Let's see. We'll run this fib off the low. Oh, where are we at? There we go. So here on the 1, we had an 80-20 scenario. No, it hit the 382 here on the spike. So kind of invalidated that, but we did push down into the 118, 127 zone here. And now we're pushing back to the upside, which makes sense for that harmonic pattern there. Okay, so pushing long. Let's see. Excuse me. Let's see if we're able to continue. I'm going to run the fib to the upside here. Don't see this coming back down below this support level. So here we are with those fibs running to the upside, smaller waves. Long didn't get to the 382 there. See if we get a push here in the pullback. Why'd you stay out, Joy?
Because the 382 had got hit.
Gotcha. Okay. I dig it. Yep. Good job following your rules. Kudos to you. So here, let's see if we get a push into the 118, 127 zone and a pullback for a continuation. See if we get something like this. All right, so we'll watch this one to see if we get a pullback here. We may not, as it works through building out that right shoulder, but we'll see. We'll see if we get it, if we get an opportunity in the zone to get back long there. Okay, see if it gives us a low price. But that's the NZD JPY. Questions on this one? Pushing long. Nope. All right. Check out the NZD dollar. So this is the 1 hour. We'll build it out, but we're sitting in the 118, 127 zone off of shallow retracement here on the 1. Okay, in line with the daily support. So this is one that you might want to watch. So let's back up. Go to the daily. So we push back down just shy. We already got the 618 retracement level here. Push back down, got a daily support level here that we're testing just shy of that 618 level. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens. It's been a long, choppy move, right? See if we get a retracement, even if it's a short-term retracement here to give us a high price. Depending on what that data comes out to say, right? But sitting in the key zone, and we've been here 3 times now. Okay. So that's the daily coming down to the 4. Similar story. 618 retracement zone. And then there's our tightly wound consolidation as we've seen on the dollar pairs, right? So we need a break above this resistance level, break out of that consolidation, and really break above 61,331, right? To really be able to get long to these higher levels and ultimately work our way to potentially matching the extension here. 65, 664. We'll see if we get there, but got some work to do to get there. Really would like to see price break above that level to really have some confidence of a longer term move to the upside. Okay. So in the short term, now back to where we were. Let me clear this out. And how we got there. Let's run the fibs off of this high. Boom. So A got taken out here on this 80-20 play back to the upside, right? Took out the A. So we'll run our fib off of this high. Boom. And this is where we sit on the one. So let's see where we are on the cloud here. Sideways pushing. We want to see bullish break of the cloud there. That'll be the confirmation for me for an entry on this one to the upside. Okay, so let's watch this here. Like that. Boom. And then that back to TP2. Like that. All right. 382 there. 61.8 there. What's the distance? Let's see. 105. TP2 gives us 120. All right. Cool. 105 there, and TP2 is 120. Okay. 81. There we go. So that's what we're looking at there on the NZD dollar. Wait to see if we get a cloud break on that. Questions here? No. All right, let's watch that one and see. I'll get that posted in the Discord. Take a picture there. Cool deal. All right. Yeah, that's where we sit. That's where we sit. So those are the dollar pairs and those yen crosses that we're watching. Quick peek at oil. Gave us a swing high. That one will pop in soon. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens. See if we're able to get something. We might just retest this daily level and continue pushing to the upside. We'll see. We'll see. That's the 4-hour look on oil. Broke that key level. Joy, I need a low price. I need a pullback.
I looked at an article and they said Biden had released some tubs, so I'll find it and I'll post it in there. But I was like, maybe it might not come back down.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We might just get a retest of this daily level and push. I'm watching it closely though, because long term, I'm bullish here. So yeah, we shall see. We shall see. Hopefully we get a catalyst to bring us back down a bit. I'd love to see it at least come to this 50% level. Ideally 618, but we got some support levels here in this 50% range. Right in here. That if we get back to the 50% level, I take the play on it. Go to the daily. Yeah. Right. So right here. That's the support level there. Boom. Right. So if we get back down here on this 50% level, I'll look for the opportunity. Right. But I gotta get that low price. Gotta get that low price. Coming down to the 1. Let's see what happens here. Oops. Here now, there we go. On the 1, we'll run this to the upside. I forget where it was yesterday. There we go. So there's a new AB boundary on the 1. Let's see. Let's see. So that's where we are on oil. That's a quick look there. Can we take a look at PLTR? Yeah, we can. What's let's see, what's PLTR? PLTR. Oops. PLTR. Oh, Planner Technologies. Interesting. Let's see. Let's do a markup on some stocks. We'll come all the way out. Won't have much, but do it just for sake of exercise. Got all-time highs and lows. Boom. Boom. All right. Carolyn, what information you got on the stock? How'd you find it? What intrigues you about it? Put in these support and resistance levels. Got a resistance level there on the monthly right there. Been watching it for over a year. All right. All right. There we go. That's the monthly. Come down to the weekly. And there we go. Similar to strong push to the downside yesterday. Then it recently fell off. Yeah, that was a strong push. Right. This could be a wave happening here. Pullback. On the weekly time frame, you got a strong break of the cloud. Look at that. Look at that. Boom. This might be an interesting play. Let's see. Don't have a swing high yet down on the weekly, but we'll drop this weekly level in here as we just continue to march down. Boom. Yeah, that's all we got there on the weekly time frame. I'm curious. I'm always curious on these higher time frames on these stocks, what these fibs look like, because you have stuff like this all the time, but some of them don't play out like that on the higher time frames, or they'll take years. Right? This is a long time. Back 2021, right? We got bullish, pulling back. Does this turn over and ultimately make it to the 382 on the weekly time frame? We'll see. We'll see. But you'll see a lot of stocks, especially that aren't very aged, more newer companies, things like that. A lot of them look like this, right? They had an initial push, and then price falls off as they go public, different things change, yada, yada, yada. And then you'll see a swing start to happen as they really start to get their feet on it, and then start to get revenue moving in, and they start to accelerate. So interesting, very interesting. That was somebody made some good money there on that push to the upside. So that's the weekly. Coming down to the daily. Let's get back here. We also had the 80-20. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Shallow retracement, 118, 127 zone, consolidation, push. Don't get no better than that, man. I'm getting in that. Take the cloud off so we can see these levels.
Wow, look at that breakout in that zone.
Right, bro?
Sweet spot is the sweet spot, man.
The sweet spot is the sweet spot. No matter what time frame, no matter what financial instrument, it don't matter. Don't matter. It is what it is, right? So it's all about understanding it and being able to identify it consistently and then pulling the trigger. Look at that. Man, that was a beautiful move. So now we got this wave. So I'm curious now. You piqued my interest, Carolyn. Let's see. Look at that. There we go. All right. So those are the daily levels. On the stocks that do go down, just watch it and pull the trigger. That's cool, right? You're just now really getting your feet under you, right? So, but seeing it, right? Continuing to see it, right? Yeah, you're gonna pull in the trigger on some of this stuff, right? Just make sure you have your plan in place, your investment plan, whether you're trading them or you're looking at long-term investments. Have that plan in place for yourself. You'll be good. You'll be good. That was a crazy move. Crazy move. Didn't take long either. May to August. Wow. That's the daily. We see we're on the fib just shy of a 618 retracement. And we're pulling back now. So we got that there. Let's go down to the 4. On the stocks, I do mark up because generally I'm not trading these on a higher time frame. I look at them on the higher time frame, but I'm not trading them on a higher time frame. Those are more lower time frame scenarios. So I do take my support and resistance down further when I do these. But there we go. That was a B boundary on the 4-hour, and the push still just shy of that 618 retracement level there. So we'll mark these out in purple. Does get a little bit cluttered, but when you get down to that 15-minute time frame, it opens things up a little bit. Those levels really are the same as the daily. So up here, we'll mark these two as well just to have them. Boom. So, all right. So that's your 4 hours. And then let's see what you have on the 1. So I'm gonna go down to the 15-minute and look at this on the 15-minute time frame. So zoom all the way out. No, not giving us the data back there, does it? There we go. There we go. So that moved to the upside, took out that 1-hour fib. See that? Boom. And now we got 1-hour levels. One. We'll do orange. Oh, all right. Oh, Benny found some articles for us.
Oh yeah, I've had that one saved for a little bit. It's pretty good, right? So for people that like to trade stocks and want to know the S&P, the breakdown by sector and the companies that's involved, it's a beautiful visual for it.
Appreciate that, bro. All right. So let's run the fib to the upside. Got taken out there. So we'll come here. Boom. All right. And then that push down, took out the fib there. 1 second. So we're running the fib to the downside here. Boom. Excuse me. I'll take these out now. 80-20 scenario here, you got 4-hour support and a daily support here. So you got a range right here that you'll want to watch on lower time frame, see if price pushes here. Maybe even pushes the D extension and comes lower, right? We saw that cloud on the higher time frame. Might get back to retest that. So you could hit your D extension here and push down to this 1355 level. So watch that. But if you get some confirmation there, then that might be a good buying opportunity. Ooh, break, push down. Excuse me, jeez. So there's your cloud on the one, broke, retest, continue pushing down. I'd see if we get to the D extension here. If I was doing this, I'm not telling you guys what to do. I'm just talking about my thought process here. Man, excuse me. I got all kinds of upper respiratory things happening. But this is interesting. Definitely be looking for a low price between 1464 and 1355. Definitely looking for a low price in this range here. Let's go to the 15. 15.2. Yeah, I like this look. I like this look. 80-20 on your 1 hour and your 15-minute. What was it on the 4? So you broke that cloud on there too. Oh, deep retracement on the 4. That's just shy of a 618 retracement on the 4. Pulling back down. Previous consolidation breakout here. Coming back to retest. Yeah, let's watch this and see. 80-20 on the 1 and on the 15. Let's keep an eye on this one and see what happens. All right, I'm curious. Curious. Might even get a double bottom here at this 1 hour support level, right? And let's see how this one moves today and through the today and tomorrow, right? And see where it ends up with the cloud and see if we are able to get a cloud break on this 15-minute time frame sometime this week or next week. Be interesting. I like it though. That's interesting, Carolyn. Appreciate you bringing that to the table. Appreciate it. Let's see how it goes. Long term, that might be a really good opportunity to get long. Might have some more retracement in it before it moves. But yeah, that's interesting. But no matter the time frame, no matter the asset class, the market moves in waves, and it'll continue to move in waves. And the sweet spot is the sweet spot. No matter how you try to twist it, turn it, flip it. That 118 127 zone is powerful. 618 retracement and deeper is powerful. So that's what it is. Any questions on anything that we covered this morning, good people? Huh? All right, cool deal. Benny, anything before we wrap it up, bro?
No, sir. We'll leave it right there. Great session, man. Great breakdown. Look forward to seeing everybody tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Asian session.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro. All right, good people. Until tonight, have a phenomenal Thursday. We'll see you later. Peace.